Hello, this is the Tradesight U.S. Stocks and Futures Market Preview and Domestic Economic Data Roadmap. Just for Tuesday, the 5th of December 2017. Hope you have a good trading week. Here's a look at the dollar ES 5-month futures contract. Daily chart of the broad market and futures form. It was a good trading day for us. We gapped up, we headed lower. Take a look at the major indices. We'll look at the intraday action, and then we'll go from there. Crude oil up 12 cents to 57.60. Gold down 30 cents. S&P cash index loses $2.78. NASDAQ 100 down another 74.17. This is the story that everybody's missing while the news continues to talk about new highs every day. NASDAQ and the big tech stocks that have led the market are getting crushed. We'll look at the individual stocks in a minute. But this is what you really need to be focusing on. This does not look good. SOX down 30 ever since that 13 sell signal 8 days ago. That is not a pretty chart there. The biotech's down 53. This one's operating under a 13 buy signal, but still heading lower. The VIX up 25 cents to 1168 on the session. Trend closing at 0.75 or 0.73. Note that 10-day moving average is now at 0.93. If I count back 10 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 10 days back is 1.15 or so. 9 days back is 1.4. Those are the numbers that are going to drop out of the moving average. So if we get anything under a point on Tuesday and Wednesday, that 10-day moving average is probably going to get under 0.85, and that is not good for the markets. NASDAQ volume was 2.4 billion. Remember, this has been heavy volume on this sell-off. This is a weird time of year. This is the key here. Markets were selling off, whatever. But at this time of year, when these stocks have been up all year, traditionally nobody wants to sell them and lock in the tax gains, because they don't want to have to pay the taxes in April when they can pay them the following April. And on top of it, you're talking about a tax bill that's potentially going to pass that will lower corporate and capital gains tax rates in 2018. So why are these stocks being sold off so heavily? This is the warning sign you got to be paying attention to here. Advanced decline ratio on the NASDAQ was negative 90, so pretty flat, and on the New York was plus 43, so also pretty flat. Google loses $13.20. That's new lows for the last 2 months. Apple down $1.25. Doesn't look good either. Amazon down $28.40 after that 13 sell signal 7 days ago. Netflix down $2.78, still operating under the 13 sell signal. Tesla down $1.33. TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, up 6 cents. Not a big deal. Goldman Sachs again up $1.70. It had gapped over the risk line from that 13 sell signal that we got a while back, but it closed under it. So that risk line's not broken, and this is what's holding up the Dow and the S&P is Goldman Sachs. All right, intraday action. Here's 5-minute candles. You can see the gap up, fairly flat on the ES. Eventually came down and filled to wrap up the session. Meanwhile, the NASDAQ side gapped up, sold off sharply after about 20 minutes, then sold off, filled the gap, went lower, bounced over lunch, and then rolled right at the end of the day. Note that we're going to have a 13 buy signal on the 5-minute chart, the short-term time frame, pretty early in the day if we get anything on the downside on the NASDAQ tomorrow on Tuesday. In terms of economic data, trade balance an hour before the bell. It's one of our big three each month. Final services PMI at 9:45 a.m. Eastern Time. ISM non-manufacturing PMI and the IBD tip economic optimism number 10. That's what we've got to look forward to. Charts, as usual, brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple of weeks. Have a great trading Tuesday.